Hello, and welcome to the February 2012 edition of Newswatch. I'm Tara Kletke.
And I'm Nick Griswold. Coming up tonight on Newswatch, we saw lots of snow and now it's melting fast. Find out if we're at risk of flooding.
Also, we'll talk about what happened last night at the Morgan Middle School meeting.
And find out if the Pennsylvania groundhog saw his shadow.
All this and more coming up on Newswatch. Do mounds of snow around Ellensburg bring flood concerns?
Newswatch reporter Keaton McAtee spoke with Deputy Fire Chief Rich Elliott about what we can expect.
Also, how Kittitas County is preparing for future flooding.
Hi, I'm here with Deputy Fire Chief Rich Elliott to talk about what the future flooding plan has in Ellensburg and what the future expects with the flooding and the snow runoff.
Actually, I'll handle the first. The snow runoff right now is actually going about as best as we can expect. It freezes up at night, melts a little bit during the day, so that's going well. So we don't have any immediate expectations of flooding. In the future, we are working constantly on our comprehensive emergency management plan. The fire department works with the sheriff's office, works with public works at the county, works with public works at the city to prepare for and respond to flooding if it occurs. We're in an area that is prone to flooding. It could happen later in the year. In addition to that, the county commissioners have just passed a notice of intent to form a flood control district, which would provide funding to do mitigation for funding and planning for flooding in the future. That will actually be voted on in August by the commissioners after 6 months of public input.
Thank you. This is Keaton McAtee reporting for Newswatch.
When involving alcohol, how young is too young? On average, by the age of 14, Kittitas County youth have already tried their first sip.
Newswatch reporter Hannah Dahl spoke with Kittitas County Community Network Coalition Coordinator Ann Riley to get more on the story.
One out of every 5 Kittitas County 8th graders is regularly drinking. 1 out of 10 reports using marijuana. The Kittitas County Community Network Coalition tackles youth substance abuse within the community. Yesterday, the coalition had their final strategic plan meeting concluding their biannual update. The group determined how to prioritize accessibility, favorable attitudes, and positive community laws and norms regarding youth substance abuse issues. The coalition's current substance abuse issues are underage drinking, kids using marijuana, tobacco, and illicit drugs. At the final meeting, coalition members identified actions to address these risk factors and defined responsibility for the actions.
There's going to be a great benefit to the community because we are really looking in depth at these issues and going to figure out how can we impact these conditions in our community and really make some differences, lower those rates of underage drinking and lower the rates of kids using marijuana.
One strategy discussed is to decrease the availability of alcohol. 54% of 8th to 12th graders in our community reported obtaining alcohol from a family event. 64% obtained alcohol from friends. Parents providing alcohol or hosting parties are 2 of the most important issues that will be addressed by the coalition.
It's exciting to see all these different folks in the room and wanting to improve the life for our kids, improve our community.
This is Hannah Dahl reporting for Newswatch.
Currently, a survey has been distributed to the public regarding parents providing to minors, but results have not yet been calculated.
Ellensburg School District officials are encouraging voters to renew an expiring 2-year levy this month. The Educational Maintenance and Operations Levy will replace a current levy initiated in 2010. Newswatch reporter Janae Birkeland tells us more.
A levy is often used to support things not funded by the federal government or state. Areas such as technology, curriculum, athletics, and transportation may fall into this category. Ellensburg High School freshman Jackson Thatcher enjoys many school activities and is a member of Future Business Leaders of America and is the freshman ASB treasurer.
All right, so in ASB right now we're working on a recycling project. We just got a giant bin, and all recycling goes into that. Once a week, a truck comes and picks it up.
Ellensburg School District Superintendent Paul Ferris tells us what will happen if the levy doesn't pass.
It usually takes a school district almost 6 to 8 years to recover from a levy failure, even though they might have a successful levy 2 years later.
The Community Schools Program, co-curricular program, 12 full-time positions, and increased class sizes are on the line if the levy isn't renewed. Ellensburg School Board President Bob Haberman gives his thoughts on the issue.
It has become more and more important for the local school districts, and especially the Ellensburg School District, to pass our education maintenance and operation levy, with the state funding decreasing as it has over the last couple of years.
Education funding for Washington State Public Schools mainly comes from the federal government, the state, and local dollars known as EM&O levy and local non-tax.
You can find more information on the school board website. Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Janae Birkland.
The Ellensburg School District held another community meeting Wednesday night to discuss Morgan Middle School's future. Among those that attended were the school board, teachers, parents, and community members. Newswatch reporter Cambry Benatua has the story.
What is going to happen to Morgan Middle School and its students? Once again, Ellensburg teachers, parents, and community members gathered to continue discussing how the school district should move forward with this 82-year-old building.
I am somewhat disheartened by the fact that the community hasn't come together as a whole and really tried to solve some of the problems that we are faced with. I would have to admit openly that I am interested in seeking employment elsewhere, just based on the fact that I really want to work in a community where people put education first.
After the previous week's meetings, Superintendent Paul Ferris and the school board came up with possible plans to vacate Morgan Middle School.
We went through and identified during the presentation of the meeting all the various options that the administrators had identified. From what I heard this evening, there's a lot of people that would like to see us just go ahead and vacate.
The community also wrote comments for the board to see.
I think one of the best things to do is to continue, send us emails, and give me a call. We certainly want to gather as much input as we can.
I think we just need to continue to make those choices because it's the right thing to do. It may be hard in terms of the financial outlay, but make the choice because it's the right thing to do.
As for now, the fate of Morgan Middle School is up in the air. The pending debate, what's the best learning environment for our students and how will it be achieved? The school district and school board will move forward and make a decision on February 22nd. I'm Cambry Benatua, reporting for Newswatch.
Are you a Kittitas County resident wondering how long the construction in front of the jail is going to last? Newswatch reporter Janae Birkland spoke with Kittitas County Commissioner Obie O'Brien about the anticipated completion date and progress.
You may have been wondering what's going on with the construction at the courthouse. I'm here with County Commissioner Obie O'Brien. Obie, what stage is the building process at?
Right now, we have weathered in the expansion of the jail. That means that the walls are up, the roof is on, and that all the work is now pretty much going on inside the addition. The exception to that is that we're putting some of the siding on over the outside of the building to make it a little more presentable than just having the cement block, view going on. Percentage-wise, we are about a third of the way done in construction. From this point on, all the construction is inside.
Okay. How is the budget looking so far for this project?
As with any budget that we make, we tell people that there's a contingency and that we want to make sure we stay within the budget contingency. We are on track to stay within those budgetary lines, and so we've done the best that we can to keep track of that.
Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Janae Birkland.
Coming up after the break, find out which two airlines might be merging.
Also, is Ellensburg's economy finally rebounding?
We'll find out in 90 seconds.